Hello boys and girls, welcome to another session of Dwarf Fortress. Let's continue our quest for arena and quest for glory. I think that this Cyclops we fought last time was just a prelude to the real attack that is coming. Real attack coming soon, anytime now. We should be invaded. So let's see how long it takes these goblins. Why is this construction suspended? A construction is present on this site. Tell me which construction it is. That's not true. There's no siltstone bridge here. Why can't I build a wall here? What's wrong? That can't be true, can it? I never ever placed any construction here. Here I can see that there is a siltstone bridge. Yes, I can see a siltstone bridge here. Up and down stairs. I see only siltstone block floor. Siltstone block floor. Ah, of course. The siltstone block floor is blocking the construction of the wall there. I get it now. Greetings guys, Subliminal, Ellis. Ellis, you say goodbye? Hello Bender, good evening. What is a good evening without Nagidal, the Bob Ross of gaming? Yes, thank you. So, we will build this. Also a wall here. And another wall here. Another wall here. And wall here. So then we should be relatively secure against invaders. And the military should be off to their normal work again. We have mastered the fight with the Cyclops last time very well. On Google Plus, I have posted our troubles with the dead Spearmaster and our suspicion that it was the work of a vampire. One guy suggested there in the discussion that we should try to engrave a slab, because it often has great amount of detail about the dwarf's death. So let's see what we find out by engraving an item. I mean, engraving a slab for the dead Spearmaster. Engrave a slab. So what was his name? Avuz Logemrith. I think that was Avuz Logemrith. He is entombed, but no slabs engraved. Let's engrave 2 memorials. I wish we would burial chamber, Avuz Logemrith, grave, Avuz Logemrith. I would like to see his zoom to building. Oh, this. Okay, so this is the resting place. Ah, that's bad, isn't it? We have so many nice tombs, and Avuz Logemrith rests here. Not cool. What's in this tomb? His lower left back tooth, rotten corpse. Well, well, well. Okay. One important thing we have forgotten totally. We have created 2 new squads. Mark's Dwarfs 4. Just checking that everybody has a crossbow. Leather glove. Oh, it looks like we don't have enough leather gloves. Leggings. Yeah, we don't have. Yeah. All right. The melee 4. He is missing gloves. We don't have gloves. Yes, I see. We need leather gloves. Good, good. But these guys, melee guys, have no weapon whatsoever. So let's correct it and assign each dwarf his favorite weapon. Paul, hello Paul, welcome. Good evening. It's Gladehames time, as you say. So we start off with assigning weapons. Aban. No, Aban is actually not here at all. Melee. Kel Ushat. Kel Ushat is an axe dwarf. He wants a nice steel battle axe masterwork. Let's try to find him one specific weapon. This is the one. The other, Kivish Tunes, is also an axe dwarf. He will also get a nice steel battle axe. The other guy, yes, Zephon, I'm speaking about you. You don't deserve it, but you get one too. Vutok. Vutok has not specialized in any weapon yet, as well as all other guys in the squad, numbers 4 to 10. So we've got 3 axe dwarves. We can have 3 axe, 3 hammer, 3 mace, 3 sword, and spear. Okay, that's 6. No, it's 7 guys. 7 guys, and we have hammers, maces, spears, and swords. Divide 4 weapon types into 7 dwarves. Each one has 2. One of them has 3. I think I'll have 3 mace dwarves. So the mace dwarves will be the strong ones. So Tobul, Dastot is a very strong one. Weapon. I hope I have still some silver maces. Dastot, Tobul, weapon, specific. Silver mace. Okay, I'm out of hammers here. Out of maces. Stodir Imaz is another strong guy. He will have I don't have. Oh, these are pretty good silver maces. I think this star is slightly higher quality than the other, right? I must look up the quality degrees in the Dwarf Fortress wiki. Item quality. No, actually the triple thing is even better than star, so this is better quality than the starred maces. But I've got 3 masterwork hammers, so let's have 2 mace dwarves, 3 hammer dwarves. So Stodir will get a hammer. So I need 2 more hammer dwarves. Why not you, other Stodir? Weapon specific. Silver warhammer. And another dwarf, Iden Onul Cook. So then we need, so we've got maces and hammers. Now we need 2 swords dwarf and 2 spear dwarves. Right? But we only have a... Did I miscalculate this? Because this guy has, this guy has, this guy has, this guy have, and it's only Vutok and Lokum who have not. So one will be a spear and another will be a swords dwarf. So let's make Vutok a spear dwarf. How come I miscalculated it? 7 dwarves, 2, 2, 3, and I've got like 2, 3, 1, 1. I don't understand. So Vutok will be the spear dwarf. Where is my steel spear? The answer is we've got no steel spear. So he will have to do with an alternative weapon. We don't even have steel swords, have we? We've got some bronze swords, copper battle axes. Steel spear, yeah, we have a steel spear. But it's not particularly nicely done. This is a good steel spear. And steel short sword. Steel spear, look at this, we have got a steel spear. And the other guy would be Lokum, who would have the steel short sword. Good. Yeah, this one is the second highest tier, only this is better, yes. With weapons, this exceptional, this triple sign, this triple equal sign, or how want you call it? I don't even know how do you call this sign. Usually in maths you use it for equivalence, right? Triple bar it's called, for identity, not equivalence, sorry. Identity of 2 mathematical expressions. The identity sign or triple bar sign means exceptional, and it has sharpness of 90%. And the masterful, the masterwork, the shining star, has a sharpness of 100%. Yeah, so 90% is still good. Wonderful. Let it run. "57 idlers." Oh, of course, sorry. Safe zone. Leave the safe zone. Why haven't we built any trap here yet? I need superb mechanisms, and I need giant copper axe blade, enormous spiked copper ball, serrated copper, enormous copper corkscrew, enormous copper corkscrew, spiked ball, copper something. Done. Build this trap, and look, build trap weapon. They have actually... Do we have any other superb mechanisms? Yes, we do. I'm starting to believe that the quality of the mechanism in the trap positively affects the hit rate. It's not only the weapon quality, but also the mechanism. It's just my gut feeling. I might be wrong. Large ball, spiked ball, enormous corkscrew, copper, enormous, good, done. Quartzite mechanisms. Oh, but so far. Well, it can't be helped. Paul remembers reading that it does, that the mechanism quality affects the performance of a trap. I remember reading that the mechanism quality has no effect except for the price in trade. He says, now mechanism article, the current one, says mechanism quality determines the skill with which the weapon is swung or fired by the weapon trap and affects all the rolls. It does not affect how quickly it fires or probability of the trap. That's how I intentionally used low quality mechanisms early on, because I still thought mechanism quality, but no. So it is true. I might look at the older versions of the article. And even in the version of 3125 they say it, but it's actually not the version, but the history of the page. When I read it in, I don't know, say March 2012, It still says mechanism quality determines the skill with which the weapon is swung or fired. So okay, so I must have not been paying full attention when reading this article. It's been there since like forever. And it totally corresponds to the feeling I've got from playing Gladehames and utilizing different mechanisms in traps. I remember how we couldn't kill a single goblin without traps earlier on. And now that we have rebuilt the traps... Why dump this cage? Don't dump it. What's in this cage? Nothing. Don't dump it. Don't dump it. Paul adds, and will play a part in determining whether a strike lands. Code analysis suggests that mechanism quality also impacts the effectiveness of stonefall traps, though it has no effect on cage traps. Ah, no effect on cage traps. I was primarily utilizing cage traps in my earlier fortresses. That may be the reason that I somehow said, okay, you can ignore mechanism quality for your traps, because I was really using only cage traps. Well, that's where my belief would stem from. Greetings, Ratsock. Look at our arena. We almost have it. Just need to build the floor. What is this? Sweet bread? You guys don't want it? You don't want sweet bread? Ah, it's rotten roasts, okay. Paul says, Red Sox says cage traps are great for catching gremlins. Oh, I don't remember encountering gremlins. Well, I certainly don't remember catching them, but I remember catching goblins and trolls in traps so much that before I could kill them all in my arena, new invasion came in and were caught again. So from a 70-member invasion, I was trapping like 40 in cages. Paul says, the reason I remember it is because I always use shitty weapon traps on my Bridge of Doom. It manipulates enemies into trying to dodge and they fall off. Ah, well, they can't dodge on my bridge because there's a wall. Red Sox says, I just read that there might be a 9th planet. Wouldn't you know it? I just plus one it on Google Plus, but it wasn't the Nuggetal Google Plus. But it was finding planet 9.com, right? Or find planet 9.com. Yes, this guy from findplanet9.com. I just read this article too. I'm interested to see this. Oh, I did not want to post it in Dwarf Fortress. Certainly not. Delete. delete. Why can't I post it in general? I don't know how to use Google Plus. Public. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was an interesting thing. Yes, I wish them good luck, and I'd be very, very happy to see them find the planet. I mean, it's been there is some indirect evidence for it, some good-looking indirect evidence, and I think sooner or later they really might find it. Yeah, orbital period of 20,000 years. Yes, I've read that too. You probably read the same article, only I read it translated in Czech. It would be great if detected through a normal telescope someday. Whew. Well, maybe in a more suitable time when it's in the perihelion. Build construction wall. Now we can build walls here. Hopefully they do not. It's time to slaughter some llamas. I think we must reduce our stocks. Look at our stocks. I mean, it's eating up FPS here. But why slaughter llamas? Look at the horses we have. So many horses. So many boars. We could slaughter some boars. Llamas at least give wool. Can be shorn. Animals. Boar. Let's slaughter those who are... Look, those piglets. I love those piglets. They are all tamed. They are all domesticated. It's so nice. If the piglets are born to a finely or exceptionally trained sow, they don't need no training. They are domesticated from the very beginning. Isn't it lovely? And we even have a... Okay, that's normal boar. That's not wild boar. We've got some pets too here. So what we certainly won't need is these boars which are only finely trained rather than exceptionally. Actually, this one is the least. Oh, this one is not really trained. Slaughter it. And the next lowest guy is this one. Slaughter it too. Yep, that will do for the start. Why not horses? What should we do with horses? We can't ride the horses, and horse meat is very delicious and actually healthy. Horse meat. The only reason why we don't eat horses in hamburgers or such as a regular kind of meat in our cuisine is that horse meat, to produce horse meat is much more expensive than to produce cow meat or beef. Yeah. As a farmer, if you're a horse breeder, you will have much more expenses for for growing a horse than growing a cow. Or I don't know how you say whether you say growing, but you get my meaning. At least that's what I read recently somewhere. It's just much more economical to breed cows rather than horses. But from the health point of view, horse meat is actually superior in many respects. Bender, I love emojis and you are using them very well. I love your message there. And Paul says, you forgot your training? Tough luck. Yeah, something like that. So what's up with this bridge? Why is this suspended? Do I really need to dump one of these blocks? Oh no! What did he do? Oh no, nothing. He didn't do anything. There is still... He probably designed this. He did not even design this bridge. So what did he do there? For such a long time. I thought this bridge would be designed already and waiting for construction. But looks like I really have to dump this stupid siltstone. You better go grab it, farmer. That's right. It looks like we have reserved I don't know. It looks like these two siltstone blocks were reserved as a building material for this bridge. Oh, has been slaughtered. Okay, that's just the wild boar slaughtered. That's okay, we can... Paul says, I'm digging through your YouTube channel to see if I can find any videos on starting a fortress. I've realized I've never seen you embark. Oh, there should be more than one, I think, yes. But I think today I would embark quite different than I used to embark back then when I posted these embark videos. Like today I would never start with a proficient mechanic. I find it much more convenient to assign mechanics to all my dwarves, even if they are dabbling. They will improve their mechanics skill. And when I need mechanics, well, I don't really care how fast the trap is built or the mechanism is crafted. So just like everybody is an architect, everybody is a mechanic, individual dwarves will eventually become good and super good and legendary in mechanics, and then I might restrict my mechanics jobs only to them. But at the start I would not waste any embark points on mechanics no more. 2 miners, there was a time where I was switching there and back between 1 miner and 2 miners, but I think I would embark with 2 miners now. And woodcutters, ever since we have these tall trees which yield multiple logs per tree, I don't really need specialized woodcutters anymore. I would not waste any embark points in woodcutting, because anybody, even if it takes 10 times longer to cut down a tree, I would just assign woodcutting to somebody, or just little skill, so at least that he embarks with an axe. Because if you assign a little bits of skill of a woodcutter skill, you will get a copper battle axe or whatever sort of battle axe. So, but not proficient axe dwarf. I even have an embark configuration written up in the wiki, I think, where I have written up my usual embark. Preparation strategies, embark strategies, starting build, yes, I have I think they already it's already reworked. The site is reworked where I sample starting builds. Yes, there it is. Nagdal's all-rounder. It's still there. It's still there in the wiki. I should change this. So this was my prototypical embark. But I think nowadays I would really embark differently. I might change this, because it's no longer true. It no longer applies. Carpenter is still good, but woodcutter, no mechanic. Mason, yes. 2 miners, mason, carpenter, grower. Those 5, and the mechanic and woodcutter, I think I just would rather give him something like appraiser, leadership, or whatever, liar, persuader. Actually, I prefer to take a military dwarf. I think for Gladehames I am embarked with no mechanic, no woodcutter, but a hunter and an ex-dwarf or something like that. And one of the 7 had also some sort of appraising skill. And certainly a hunter and ex-dwarf had fighter skill and teacher and student skills. Paul says, you tend to have an entertaining view on certain parts of the game, for instance, how you handle battles. Really? I don't know how others handle the battles. I think I've seen Zemalf and DJ Rod battle. But there is nothing in particular I remember about them in battle situations. Well, I really enjoy this violence and gore in Dwarf Fortress, and the fact that they're completely merciless against children, women, whatever, you know. like they break any ethical value our society has. We had a fortress where I think Erthel did a nice painting, like a fan art of the battle, where there were invaders and we had to seal off our fortress, because by that time I was still using my cage traps predominantly rather than any military force or weapon traps. So I had to be sealed off and capture all the enemies in cages. But there was a siege where, or an ambush or whatever, where a mother and a child were outside of the fortress gathering wood or whatever, plants, something, and they did not make it inside. I had to close the fortress earlier than they arrived at the gate. And they nearly missed it. They just... It closed just before they were at the gate. Well, and the trolls and goblins started to shooting arrows into the child, and the mother had to see how her child is pierced by arrows and maimed by goblins, and the child had to see how her mother is maimed by trolls and whatever. It's a horrible scenario. Something modern warfare would actually avoid, right? You would only target the military, the military guys rather than civilians, but not here. It's just life and death and hate beyond everything. It's practically racial, or not racial, but species hate. It's horrible. And no matter whether it's a child or not, it will be bloody. It's like one of the few games which are uncensored in this way. Remember how how Bethesda or whoever is the maker of Oblivion and Skyrim, they don't allow you to harm children. Or how Rockstar in this GTA series was censored in many countries because you can actually rape and steal the whores there, like have intercourse with the whores and not pay them and shoot them instead. And they were so astonished. How atrocious is that? And do we really want this to be played by our young generation? No, we will censor it in so many countries. Okay. Well, rough things happen in a rough world, and it's for me like Dwarf Fortress is one of the games where it hasn't been noticed by the censors yet, or somehow it manages, because it's not so graphic. It's only graphic in its words, which describe it. It's not graphic in its graphics art. But if you think about it, it's much more brutal than any other game out there. I'm not usually a fan of any violence or gore, but I'm just cherishing this as a like last piece of art there, which escaped the censors in this regard, right? So that's why I highly appreciate the brutality and the goreness and violence in Dwarf Fortress, because it's completely uncensored, and it's really rough, like in a rough world. It's like a fantasy world. Well, yeah, okay, it's not the real world. Bender says Mafia, a good game. I know Mafia. It's it's been crafted by a Czech software company. I know that from Czech game magazines. Good game, but you couldn't kill people with a car in the German version. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like the German version of GTA has no blood, has no violence against prostitutes. So it has no rampages. All the rampage in GTA 3 has been completely removed in German version. They completely destroyed the game. Yeah, they got hits, stood back up, sometimes damaged the car severely, like hitting a tree. Yeah, that's the censorship. Yeah. Germany is a bit notorious, yes, in censoring games, though. Then again, I don't know what games was like in other countries. Well, I heard the Australians have also heavily censored versions for whatever reasons. In Germany, it's sort of historically grown, right? Germany has been the scare ghost of or scare country ever since Hitler, right, and his Second World War. So ever since then, Germans must not have. I mean, there are certain limitations in the military warfare. What sort of war equipment Germans may produce and have. And like German itself, it's like self-censorship. Germans themselves don't want to allow too much, and the world certainly appreciates it. But I think the GTA has been censored in many other countries. As I said, I've read about Australian version, and I actually was in South Africa for some time as a linguist, and there I saw in such a game like a supermarket or whatever, like a store for electronics, a GTA 3 for PlayStation 2. And I thought, well, I must buy it and try if it's censored or not, because I bought a second-hand PlayStation 2 practically because of Gran Turismo and GTA. That was the two games I wanted to play on the PlayStation 2. I never had the chance to play them before. I bought it, but I never got to try it. So not until I try it will I know whether in South Africa there is a censored version or not. But it was the one single chance I think I had in my life to buy GTA 3 in another country, and a slight chance that it might be not censored. But when I think about it, South Africa is a very Christian country, and very like they are much more conservative than Germans are. Maybe not with regards to war and warfare, but certainly against ethics. Like homosexuals are still considered ill people. Like you have an illness of homosexuality. Homosexuality is considered an illness which is curable, and they have they are like. The Christian way of life. I don't even know how the teenagers even experience get any sexual experiences before the marriage, or whether there is some taboo which everybody does but nobody talks about it, and they have like no sex before marriage, but they still had sex before marriage. But it's like so conservative. I was like, can this exist in our modern world? But yes, South Africa seemed just like that. It seemed just like Europe 100 years ago, with regards to sexuality and yeah. So, and I don't know about violence, so I wouldn't be surprised if it would be censored as well. Paul says, I remember Carmageddon having zombies back in the day. Oh, Carmageddon, that was an old DOS game, right? I saw it once or twice, but never really get the chance to play it. Carmageddon, oh, that was a very violent game, and quite graphic at the time. It was quite enjoyable to see the people die under your wheels. Like you were the taxi driver and, okay, I need to get from point A to point B in this city, and you had this mini-map of the city like in the later GTA series, and if you make it in this little number of seconds, you'll get paid extra. And all sorts of pedestrians which you had to run through to make it. Yeah, I imagine it was quite a fun game back then. But don't really remember the zombies. I thought it was civilians. And LAN game, oh yeah, I never played the LAN version of it. So we have 23 idols. We need something to do, guys. Let's see what is out on our to-do list. So find the vampire. I think we no longer care about the vampire. We are quite convinced that there was never ever a vampire in our fortress. One more mark squad, one more melee squad is done. Weapon traps on the pit side. More weapon traps on the pit side. Do we really need that? Need clothes industry. Well, no. Yes, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Steel armor for everyone. Hunt wild animals. Okay, we can look into that. Hunt wild animals if we have any wild animals. Eagle. Well, it's a good training for our new melee marks. Like marks, kill list, eagle. Go kill it. Start clay industry. Well, not yet. 200 better rooms. We want 200 better rooms because I have the feeling that our dwarves are not so happy anymore. Paul and me are not sure about the zombies in the games. Paul is sure about it was zombies, and I'm sure it was people. I'm not sure we speak about the same Carmageddon. Maybe there was a edition of Carmageddon. Are we talking about the same DOS game? 1997? No. PC CD-ROM. No. That's not the sort of Carmageddon I was talking about. Carmageddon? Was it this one? Or it didn't look like this. No, it was... No, then maybe the game I think about was not Carmageddon. What was it? $1997. No, that's too new. Because this, I see this picture of Carmageddon in the wiki, and I don't see the city minimap, and it looks like you're not acting as a taxi driver. It was really like in GTA 3, the taxi driver challenge, where you hijack a taxi and get people from point A to B. But it was the sole purpose of the game, as far as I knew. And well, you could somehow upgrade your car with all sorts of grinders that you kill the pedestrians faster and easier, more efficiently. It was, I don't know whether it was called Carmageddon then. Well, I don't know what sort of game I saw then. I was just visiting a friend and he had it there. I thought it was called Carmageddon. Obviously it wasn't. And the graphics were much cruder than it's in the wiki. It was like Doom graphics, right? It was this 320 by 200 VGA, 256 colors, and sprites. Well, it's sprites here too, I see, but it looked much more like Doom or Duke Nukem in low resolution, or Duke Nukem 3D. It was, I don't know, it must have been in the early 90s. In the early 90s, it must have been like 92, 93, 91. At the time I saw it, I mean, it was... yeah, I don't know what sort of game it was. I could probably find it in one of my vintage computer magazines. Quarantine? Ah, wait, Quarantine? That name rings a bell. Video game 1994. Where are some pictures of Quarantine? Oh, yes. Yes. That could be it. Yes, it was Quarantine. That exactly game was it. Yes. There you have the city map. That was the game. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Did you play that graph, Paul? Sorry. Or send in the Crichton. Yes, that exactly that game. Good evening, Ekberg Arna. Send in Crichton. You made it. Yes, that was the game. I totally forgot about it. Now it doesn't make sense. Why is it called Quarantine? Quarantine. Why is it called Quarantine? What does it have to do with quarantine? Well, I don't know the backstory, but that was the game. Yes, exactly. I don't know whether it was ever... I was living in the Czech Republic back then, and games were regularly pirated. Nobody really bought any games back then, because to buy a game was like 2 months worth of payment. Like the amount of money you get paid in 2 months was about as much as one game cost. So game piracy was at its best, but yeah, that was the game. Yeah, I figured that much, Paul, that it was before your gaming prime. It was even before my gaming. Well, I don't know. It was weird with me. I had my gaming prime around 10, 11, 12, 13 years when I was that age. 10 to 13 years of age. And then we somehow moved from Czech Republic to Germany, and I did not care about gaming, or was advised by the parents not to care too much about gaming, and I really did not care. I was doing my school stuff and other hobbies. But then once I got out of the parents' house, like after the military service, and studies at the university. I was living on my own, and I had the time. I had no I had no parents behind my back to tell me not to play any games. So I started gaming again, and it just stuck. And yeah. So, but then I was like clueless in the gaming world. I missed a whole epoch of game development, and started gaming really again with Morrowind and Oblivion. And Oblivion is where I started YouTubing then, and well, the rest is history. The rest is completely traceable on my YouTube channel. Radsock remembers we had an Amiga at school, so we usually pirated games during the breaks, the teachers included. Yeah, Amiga. So 200 new rooms is what I wanted to build for our dwarves. I think they deserve better than they have. They could, like, we could destroy or get rid of our low quality furniture and only use superior quality furniture in their rooms. Also, carve the rooms not in siltstone, which is a low quality stone, but rather use something like marble. Or any other, I don't know, probably marble is the only valuable stone in abundance, but not really abundant if you think about it. We have granite, we have slate, what's this, schist, this is diorite, this is marble again, diorite, yeah, and then it's magma, diorite down to magma. So we only have really marble. And how about gneiss? Gneiss is a low quality, right? I mean low value stone. Yeah, it is. It is. Marble's got the value of 2. Oh, you need marble to create quicklime at a kiln to make parchment sheets. Yeah, we don't play the most recent version of Dwarf Fortress yet. So we don't have parchments or books or anything. Well, one thing we could do is to just engrave a number of, like 2 or 3 engravings in each room and improve the value by that, and try to get rid of the low quality furniture and place some higher quality furniture. That would probably be the best. Because designing 200 new rooms, I'm thinking about digging 200 new rooms. Good evening, Axis Solaris. I don't know, guys. Well, what we could do is just take a look underneath the aquifer. Let me dig something here. I mean, oh, okay. Let's do with this and see what happens. Exosolaris, you missed my slightly drunken thoughts about gaming history and censorship and Dwarf Fortress and everything, and my own personal gaming history. Here we can build another weapon. Last good mechanism. Ha! Why is this wall not being built? Because there is no wall building designed here. Do it! Ah, and we have a bridge here, so let this be the bridge Arena West. Here we can use low quality mechanisms. Exosolaris, I don't know whether you have seen it in our last session, the fight with the Cyclops. At the end of our last session, there was an rather epic fight with the Cyclops. But I think the Cyclops was... Oh, pigtail notes, didn't pick up plump helmets. No plump helmets then. The Cyclops was... Oh, well, the battle was great, only our crippled Marks Dwarf actually dealt with the Cyclops quite well, I should say. We must think of I think this is my stockpile of pigtail. Yes, it is. It is the stockpile of pigtail. Give to this and so, and I think that the Cyclops was just a prelude to the real siege which is coming upon us. So the eagle is still here, but my Marks Dwarf seem to be unable to kill it. So I'll cancel the order. Oh God, we need drinks. We need drinks so fast. Well, drinks. Look at that. We have absolutely no drinks at all. I hope we have brewable plants in here. Pigtails, yes, cave wheat, cheese. Well, a little bit of pigtails we have. Spelt. Pigtail, where we have cave wheat, pigtails, sweet pods, quarter bushes, yes. Okay, we have them, so we should be able to brew drinks. But we need to do it fast. We will die of thirst. No, we will not, because we have water, but still. Dear goodness. How could I have neglected brewing drinks so much? Plump helmets. Yeah, you should plant plump helmets now. Plump helmets now, and in the winter time, plump helmets, plump helmets, plump helmets, plump helmets. Winter time, plump helmets, winter time, winter time, winter time. Winter time, okay, well. My dwarves might complain about drinking the same old booze all the time. Bender says I'm doing the same at the moment, making drinks. Yeah, I remember having us 1500, 1300 and 1200 for a time, and now I didn't watch it, and now we have 400 drinks for 200 dwarves. Wow, that's like the critical limit where you want to brew more drinks fast as possible, really. I think I'll boot up XCOM for a bit. I'll still be watching, but not in chat as much. No worries, Paul. Do you play the new version of XCOM or the old one, retro gaming? Because I remember the old original one of XCOM. XCOM Enemy Unknown. Actually, it was UFO Enemy Unknown. UFO Enemy Unknown. I remember that very well. I haven't played it, but I watched a friend playing it. I've been visiting him for a lot of time. And the next installment was XCOM Enemy Unknown. If you remember XCOM, you should really try Xenonauts. Well, as I said, I remember UFO Enemy Unknown. But XCOM was like a DLC of it. It didn't really feel like a new game. So look at our steel supplies. 68 steel bars. Now that's something we can do. We can try a lot of things with it. We need steel gauntlets. And steel high boots. Steel greaves, oh well. Greaves, gauntlets. Where is my steel breastplate? Here. Steel breastplate. We need some armor, some high quality armor of steel. Breastplates, greaves, gauntlet, high boot, helm, shield. I was looking at the trailers of the new upcoming XCOM. I think I watched Cynical Brit presenting it when the NDA was lifted. He says that it's much more story driven than the earlier series. I'm not sure I like that. I like games which are persistent and have consequences, like Dwarf Fortress, where whatever you do will affect the world, even if only very slightly and little. But story-driven games where no matter what you do, after 12, like after a certain number of campaign episodes, you will get this and that event and crisis which you have to solve. I don't like it too much. Look at my dwarves, they are thirsty already. Yeah. It was about time that we start brewing drinks. About time, I tell you. So the bridge is designed. It now needs a mason to build it. And we now need a mechanic to link Arena West with this bridge. And Xenonauts, I'm not aware of that game. Is it something like Space Engineers? Oh no, it's not. Strategic planetary something. Oh, okay. I get it. Well, as a matter of fact, I did not really like UFO Enemy Unknown or XCOM or anything like that. It's nice, but I never really enjoyed playing those kinds of games where you have a squad of soldiers and you care for them and equip them and research new stuff for them. Dump this. What should I do with 22 idlers? Oh, I know. We should go gather plants. As long as we have the time and no siege. Somebody's finally building the bridge. Yeah, that's how I like it. Almost no idlers. So, and above this floor, which is actually a bridge for easy hauling, well, I imagine when the enemies are dead, they leave behind a lot of clothes and weapons and whatever garbage. And to clear this quickly, we will just retract the bridge and have it here again, and all the remains will fall down here, and from here it can be safely hauled while up here another fight takes place. And even one level higher we will have pitting zone, like a storage stockpile of cages with goblins, trolls and whatever other creatures and captives, and we will have here a pitting zone. So let's go for it and build a floor here. Good appetite. Thanks. The bridge building progresses. I wonder, I'd much rather build another bridge here. Rather than 2 by 1, I'd like 2 by 2, so that I can clearly see whether it's opened or closed. Let's see what our miners discovered. Wonderful, so we are now below the aquifer, I think. Aren't we? Who knows? I don't. Oh no, has ended the mandate. I hope it wasn't anything Mayor. Hopefully it was something we have fulfilled. Why aren't we processing any plants? Because we don't have any. We are lacking good mechanisms. We should produce more mechanisms. Oh, I see. Stone. Quartzite. We don't have any quartzite no more. I can give this. Excellent. So now we have all the fortifications built around the arena. We should be able to link the big bridge arena floor to the mechanism, I mean to the lever. And now this small one $436 drinks again. Why is my brewer not brewing it? Come on, brewer. I need you. So many brewers. some floor hatches here. And the winter is here. And in winter, normally a siege comes, but it seems like our sieges are coming in the summer. And how, what's the clock? 9:45. Yes, guys, I think normally I would play further, but tomorrow I have to go to work early. I think I will end it here. The arena is pretty much built. Only thing it needs is a pitting floor, a stockpile of cages and some holes and floor hatches. One more thing I want to do now is to look at the slab. To look at the slab we have built for our hero of the last fight. We have a nice statue garden down here. Here. Avus Logemrith. Let's see what is written on the slab. Maybe we will know how the poor dwarf died. So the first slabs are being built here. A memorial to Robert Emathmeng. The slab reads, in memory of Robert Emathmeng, born 66, bled to death, slain by the goblin Matotikited with a silver arrow from a copper bow in Dotometosp, the bloody siege, in the year 129. Slayer of the goblin Bad clashes, devoted father and husband. Oh, how cute. Another slab reads, exceptional memorial to Sodal Oltarekem. In memory of Sodal Oltarekem, born 80, struck down by the goblin Utes dungeon fats with the silver morning star in Spusutu, the disemboweled onslaught in year 128, loving wife, at one with lace agate. This slab reads, this is the first slab we have about, memorial to Udib Kivish Absam, in memory of Kivish Udib Absam, born 91, suffocated, yeah, of course, pierced lungs, slain by the goblin Utes Melis Wicked, with a copper shield in Spusutu, the disemboweled onslaught, yet 128, loving husband. The color rose made him happy. It's so touching to read these slabs. And here come the next ones. Avuz Logemrit, that's the spearmaster who died allegedly of a vampire who never was there. Succumbed to infection. Succumbed to infection, slain by the goblin Stozu Weisgutter. In Uttu Saslu, the onslaught of Dents in the year 131. Succumbed to infection. Militia captain of the roof of canyons. 126 to 31. Slayer of the goblin Snodub menaced planks, devoted wife, united with nickel silver. So it was infection. But we had soap and everything. We just could not diagnose it. Oh, that's so painful. Bender says, I told you last time, infection, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, heartache, heartache. But we had soap. We had hospital. I guess we just could not diagnose it. Let's see what the other memorial will say. And the better of those two memorials I'll post on Google Plus in the Dwarf Fortress Club. Struck down by a goblin, bad clashes with a copper flay in Spusutu, the disemboweled onslaught in 128, loving husband, admirer of ducks. Struck down by goblin bucks, elders ruthless with an iron spear in Stoslo, the attack of traps in 127. The attack of traps. Wasn't it the first time 127 when we engaged, when we actually, yes, when we used our bridge? Bled to death, slain by the goblin's Nokan guile monster with a copper long sword in Bakstutumus, the incinerated attack in 129. Friend of Glass Eye. Did you listen to the song I sent you a few days ago, Exo? I listened to a song like Ala Lee something something which you could not get out of your head. Yes, but it did not stuck. I mean, it was just a song like any other pop song out there for me. Nothing particular. Succumb to infection, slain by goblins, Tozu Wise Gutter in Utusaslu, the onslaught of Dents, militia captain united with Coral. So which one is better? Devoted. A hard man to please from a musical perspective. Well, really, it was an instrumental piece, right? They didn't even sing. And it was all e-guitars. It was melodic, it was, I guess, hummable, but it was nothing which would stuck in my ear. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably hard to please, or maybe I'm just. It's just not my style of music, I guess. I just like if I think of instrumental e-guitar music pieces I like, I would much more prefer. I think it's called. Oh God, how is it called? Dear goodness, why can't I remember things? Wait a moment, I'll find it. It's just such a. Where did I have it? Yeah, it's called Rumble, I think. Link Ray Rumble. That's not exactly it. Well, that's another piece I like. Well, I like this one. I can share it, but it's not the one I thought about. Link Ray Rumble, but there was another one. I've actually. Raunchy, Bill Justice, Raunchy. That was it. And so on. That's the one I thought about, like instrumental guitar music. Bill Justice, Raunchy. That's pieces which immediately I feel enthusiastic about and affectionate, and they stuck in my ear, and I can relate to them. I mean, I'm an old timer with regards to music. That piece of yours was it's not that it was too modern. There are modern pieces I like as well, but I guess the modern pieces don't. They are all the same to me. You just can't distinguish them. It's one like the other, and both of these two are really original, at least in my point of view. So I remember them very well, and I like them very much. Alice Cleveland, what did you miss? A little music. I linked just two instrumental music pieces I like very much, and my reasons for not remembering the music Exosolaris linked in our last session by Ala Lee. I don't even know what it named, but yeah, as you see, I don't even remember the names of pieces I really like. It's nothing that. Anyway, we have built the memorial to the dead spear dwarf, and we have learned that he succumbed to infection. He succumbed to infection because he was injured by the Stozuweis gutter. It's a bit 60s vibe. Of course it is. I mean, it's 1957. The Raunch is 1957, and the other is around the same period. Yes, but it's the period of rock music I really listened to, like 50s, 60s, when it was first coming up, and even before 50s. So you could say I like music before 1970s, from 1920s to 1970s. It's like music I like to listen to. Ragtime and boogie and rockabilly and hillbilly music and skiffle and that sort of music. And of course, yeah, then there is electronic music, like the chiptune music, and even some modern electronics. I mean, I often listen to what is it called? DI. What is this DIFM? Digitally imported electronic music radio. I often put that up when friends come by and we play poker, so we listen to digitally imported modern electronic music. Perhaps you need a DF soundtrack. I wonder what the Siege song would be. I don't know. I prefer not to play any kind of music because then the video gets marked by copyright on YouTube, and in many countries it's prohibited to watch because of copyright issues with the music. Such a silly reglement. Okay, anyway, we need to take a screenshot of this and post it in the Google Plus circle of Dwarf Fortress. And that will be it for today. So I thank you a lot for watching, guys. The winter is upon us. We should provide for our dwarves, not make them brew a lot of drinks for them, and try to put up a clothes industry. So neat clothes industry will be on the very top of my to do. Reorganize drinks once again. I don't like that. Start clay industry, start glass and steel production. We need to do something about our steel. Perhaps on every pillar. I think that is almost done. Yeah, we will think about something to do. So I'll see you probably tomorrow again. Have a good night, enjoy the time. Until then, play good games, listen to good music. See you tomorrow.